we think that fulfillment is going to be on the other side of success, right? I.e., when I get these goals, when I hit this income, when I do this, then I will be fulfilled, then I will be happy. And the if-then complex. If I hit this, then I will be happy, right? And that's just a really fast path to misery. That's a fast path to always being disappointed and being stressed and being depressed when you actually have an amazing life. Success is what we're going after for ourselves. Fulfillment is what we're doing for others.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Carrot Cast. Now, the Carrot Cast, we're usually diving in doing interviews with amazing real estate investors, amazing real estate agents. Now, in these episodes, every Thursday, they're the Trevor Truck Talks, where you get to hear behind the scenes of the mindset shifts I'm going through as a CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in America, and the mindset shifts you can take to run your business and win back your freedom as well. Let's dive into this episode.
It's an amazingly beautiful day outside right now. It's a Sunday. I'm actually driving in to meet the first wave of carrot campers for the spring carrot camp. Every single carrot camp, we meet up Sunday at one of the local wineries. Amazing views from up above the valley, over the top of the river, over the top of vineyards. And we just gather and we get together and hang before we dive in for 2.5 days. So I'm heading in, but I'm thinking a lot about, how to guide and hopefully change the lives and businesses of 30 plus carrot campers this week. And I just want to record this as I'm driving in to, honestly, to record some thoughts so I can replay this back tonight when I get home to adjust some of my own presentation I'm going to be giving this week. And I always dive really deep at carrot camp into topics, deeper than I'm able to dive into in any other place, including the podcast, at Carrot Camp, because I've got the people right there and we can dig in at a personal level and get rid of all the head gunk and just power through stuff. And so this is where I just kind of sharpen my saw and say, man, how can I deliver exactly what the majority of the Carrot Campers need this week? To leave them out of here, not just fired up, not just motivated, but changed. And we hear that so many times. Where people say, this wasn't just a good event where you hit rah. It's like they go back, change people, change businesses. And we can go down so many examples of that. And so what I'm thinking about right now is weeks and weeks ago, I heard Tony Robbins' podcast with my friend Russell Brunson. And this isn't the first time that I'd heard Tony say this, but it was for some reason I was listening a little more to it at this time. It hit me a little bit more. The timing was right. And timing is oftentimes the key to being able to implement certain wisdom in our lives. Now, it's not that the wisdom isn't good, it's that the timing it wasn't right sometimes. And so what he essentially said was he was talking about the science of achievement or the science of success and the art of fulfillment. So the science of success, the art of fulfillment. And once again, this isn't a new concept. I've heard it many times, many years, but it's something that, especially this past year, I've been thinking about a lot. And so I'm going to be diving in with Carrot Campers, going into detail some massive mental shifts I've had this past year, both on the science of success side of things and the art of fulfillment. And I can't say that I've ever got either completely figured out, that's for sure, but I'm always looking to learn new things to kind of hit the next level. But there's a couple things. And so when you really look at the science of success, that's essentially saying there's certain steps to be successful in whatever endeavor that you hope to be successful in. So if you want to be a good golfer, there's certain steps to be successful in a good golfer, right? There's certain skill sets you need to learn. There's coaches who can coach you into those skill sets. And then if you practice enough and practice, you will become a better golfer. Same thing with business. If you're looking to wholesale or generate leads online, there's very specific steps that we teach at Carrot. I've talked about some even recently where, with customers, I've started to partner on deals with a few select customers where they weren't really getting the results they'd hoped, but I know them, trust them. They've been to Carrot Camp. I've known them for years. We talk a lot, and I know they can close deals like mad, and they're honest. And so I'm like, well, let me just implement the steps. I know the steps to achievement with getting leads, especially seller leads. Let me implement those. You close those deals, we'll split things 50-50. And so then deals, our very first deal in this one market by Louisville is closing on Monday. So tomorrow, Guys, we first started implementing the marketing program 3 weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago, and we have our first deal, $60,000 spread on a wholesale deal, and we have 2 more in the hopper that should close the next few weeks. Okay, so there's a science of success with online marketing. There's a science of success with multifamily investing, with being a real estate agent, with wholesaling, whatever it is. You go find the coach, you go find the trainer that you trust. They have steps, you follow the steps ruthlessly, and then you will be successful. Okay, so the science of success is the easier part. Now the fulfillment part is where it is a little bit tricky. And my friend Seth Bueckley, friend and mentor, he's been in the podcast before. He's written the book Ambition. He's going to be speaking at Carrot Camp. He sold his first company when he was about 28, 29 years old for almost $20 million, and then lost it all. And then he built up another company to about 60 million in revenue, sold that about 4 or 5 years ago. And now he's actually consulting my company on multiple levels as we scale here at Carrot. And he works in my office building. We meet every single week for Bible study on Wednesday. We meet on Thursdays for business stuff. And so we kind of have the two mixed, right? We have one time for the science of success business-wise. We have one time for the art of fulfillment through our faith. And the reason I bring this up is he brought up that topic to me a while ago. He said, and he says it in his book, Ambition. He talks about that oftentimes we think that fulfillment is going to be on the other side of success, right? I.e., when I get these goals, when I hit this income, when this business thing happens, when I land this deal, when I get so many multifamily units, when I finally hit this gross commissionable income, when I do this, then I will be fulfilled, then I will be happy. And I've talked about that a lot. I've talked about that a lot on the podcast, the if-then complex. If I hit this, then I will be happy. Right. And that's just a really fast path to misery. That's a fast path to always being disappointed and being stressed and being depressed when you actually have an amazing life. And so he says that oftentimes we look for success on the other side, or we look for fulfillment on the other side of achievement, meaning, once again, I hit these goals, then I'll be fulfilled. But it's really not. Fulfillment's on the other side of gratitude. It's on recognizing what we already have and recognizing, how grateful we are for what we already have. And it's always a balance. I'm going to be talking about this balance at Carrot Camp. It's a balance between achievement and contentment. And how do you have that balance between achievement and contentment? Because where fulfillment comes from, really for me anyway, and I've heard this from many people, and Tony says this as well, fulfillment comes from progress. All right, fulfillment really does come from progress. I'm progressing towards something that matters to me, towards an ideal. It could be progress towards helping to serve your community. And so you want to serve your community even better. You find ways to serve your community, and you're progressing towards this ideal state that is you serving your community, making an impact. Okay, progress could be you becoming the best person that you possibly could. It could be you becoming the best father, the best mother, the best husband, the best wife. That could be the progress you're looking for. But usually happiness and fulfillment comes from progress and momentum. It's I have something I want to go for, and I'm making progress on it, and it's important to me, but also important to others. And that's where real fulfillment comes, is not when we're trying to achieve something for ourselves. Success is for ourselves. Okay. Fulfillment tends to be because we're doing something for others. Okay, so let me say that again. Success is because we're trying to do something for ourselves. Okay, we have this goal that we want to hit because we think it will unlock things, or it'll help our ego, or whatever it is. Success oftentimes is for ourselves. Okay, fulfillment is where we serve others. Let that sink in. Success is what we're going after for ourselves. Fulfillment is what we're doing for others. So I want to challenge you right now as I kind of pull into the office here, is I want you to think about the science of success and the art of fulfillment, and ask yourself, are you happy? Are you truly fulfilled? And I don't think it's a thing where it's one and done, where you are fulfilled in one moment and then you've nailed it, right? It's always a continual effort to make sure that we're kind of checking ourselves to say, hey, are we in balance? Are we chasing success too much right now? And do we need to add fulfillment into the equation a lot more front and center? And it's not something that we're going to figure out once and for all. It's not something that is never going to have any other impact. Okay. It's something that is always going to be on our mind, something we're always going to be looking for, searching for, and trying to make better. So as I pull up to the office here, think about that. Okay. Success is for ourselves, usually something we're chasing for ourselves. Fulfillment is something we're doing for others. And the way that we do both, and this is what I'm going to be diving deep on at Carrot Camp. When I look at myself and where I've had some level of success in both of these, I do consider myself a pretty darn fulfilled person. But at the same time, sometimes I yank myself back into success land. And then when you're in success land too much and you're looking at the next goal and you're looking at why I didn't hit this other thing, you actually become less fulfilled usually. At least I do. So I've got to pull myself out of that mindset a lot and say, okay, it's not about hitting the number. It's not about hitting the goal, because I know that won't bring fulfillment. I've done it and it won't bring it. What brings fulfillment is the progress towards becoming a better self, is the progress towards learning something that's worthwhile, is progress towards something that matters. And so I want to ask you, are you making progress towards something that matters to you that's non-monetary? Are you making progress towards something that truly matters over the long term, potentially for eternity, but for sure over the long term, that isn't just a number or a metric? And that could be a skill set. It could be, for me, learning how to swim this year, right? That's making me fulfilled every time I leave that swimming pool. And I'm just going, man, like I should have done this for so much longer. I'm so glad that I did this. And I'm continuing to do it. That is fulfilling to me. Or this past weekend, I'm coaching my son's team, my son's baseball team. And it was so cool seeing how the kids progressed on the field. The first practice, these kids are 7, 8 year olds, I think it is, 6, 7, 8 maybe. And when they came to the first practice, it was a zoo. It was a zoo. Almost no kids could really catch. There were 3 kids that could catch the ball really, and it was a zoo. Okay, but we're 3 games in. In this last game, it was so crazy. Like, the kids are hitting the crap out of the ball. They were hitting in the outfield. I mean, we were so far over, Matt. We were so far over, what's the right word? The other team was so far overmatched in this game by our team's hitting and fielding that it was crazy. And we hadn't experienced that in other games. And so a couple parents came up and said, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it, because these kids are having fun. They're doing amazing out there, and they've changed. Like, their confidence level has changed just in a month's period. He's like, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. That was fulfilling to me. Like, that's fulfilling. And that isn't for me. It's because it's making a difference in the kids' lives, but also the parents' lives, and it's making a difference in mine. That's fulfilling. Okay, so let me finish it with this. This one I'm going to be diving deep on with Carrot Campers. And you guys are kind of my test message here. But is the way that you hit success in business and the way that you become fulfilled in life is you can't do either one without a vision first. You have to have a crystal clear vision. And I know it sounds backwards. This sounds way backwards, but for the entrepreneur, I think this is probably the right path. I'm not going to say it is for sure. I believe it currently is. And my life or my mind might change in 5, 10, 15 years. Okay. But I believe this is the path right now. Is I believe that people should have a crystal clear vision for what they want in life first. Okay, write out that vision story like I talk about, the 20-year vision story, the 10-year, the 5-year, where you literally map out from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed on a piece of paper, everything that you see, you hear, the conversations you have, what you do first, what you're seeing when you wake up, what room are you in? What does the room look like? You're looking out the window. What is out the window? What time are you waking up? Who's lying next to you? What conversation do you have? What do you do first? Where do you go? What do you eat for breakfast? What time are you in there for breakfast? Do you read? Do you talk to somebody? What does the kitchen look like? Where do you eat? What time do you go to work? When you take a shower, what's your shower look like? Literally everything. When you get in your car to go to work, if you do, what does that vehicle look like? Who do you work with? What type of work do you do? What time do you go to lunch? What conversations do you have? Who works for you? All those things. Like, I literally get that detailed every minute of the day, pretty much 20 years out. So I'm 38 is the time I'm recording this. So I'd be 58 years old. I would literally say, this Sunday, 20 years from now, what is my average ideal day like from time I wake up till the time I go to bed? Do that for the 20, do that for the 10, do that for the 5. Only then, guys and gals, only once we have a clear vision for our life, then we can create a clear vision for a company that serves that life. All too often, we do it backwards, right? All too often, we do it backwards. We actually create the vision for a company because we have a monetary goal. The whole vision for our lives is this number. it's this number, and I think that it might give me more freedom. And we really aren't clear on what that freedom looks like. We really aren't clear what our life will look like when we have that freedom, and how we're actually going to use the freedom once we get that income. So we have a goal, we have a number goal. We think it's going to give us freedom. We think it's going to give us more time off, or we're running away from something that we don't like in our lives. We're running away from an income cap. We're running away from a job we don't like, from people who say that we're not going to be able to do it, to achieve. We're running away from those things. But we're not running towards a crystal clear vision for your life. So we end up building businesses that trap us. We build businesses that actually are going to lead you further away from your ideal life, and build you into a corner that you're going to not be fulfilled. You'll have success. You nailed the science of success, but you failed at the art of fulfillment. And the path towards fulfillment and success is a crystal clear vision for your life. And then you back your way into a crystal clear vision for your business. And then you implement and execute. And there's processes for both of those things. And I'm going to be teaching those processes to Carrot Campers this week. So if you guys resonate with this and you guys want to check out a future Carrot Camp, go to carrotcamp.com, get on the wait list. We sold out 2 Carrot Camps this week, y'all. 2 of them. First time we've ever done that. I'm really, really excited. And we got 30 Carrot Campers coming in 2 different waves. They're already here today. We're starting today with the welcome gathering up at a local winery. And then the next wave comes in on Wednesday. So I'm very excited. Hopefully this message helps them out in a big way. And then we're going to be diving in and dissecting deals, dissecting the science of success on how to get more leads and deals this week as well. So I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing rest of the week. One last little thought here, and this might help you as well, is the reason I turned this on wasn't because I was planning on recording a podcast. It was because I needed to get some thoughts processed on my mind about what I'm going to be talking about this week. And the best way for me to do that, the best way to find your voice, is to start talking. Like literally, a lot of people are nervous to go speak and nervous to go do something. Literally, the best thing you can do is hit the voice recording app on your phone and start talking through a concept, start talking through it excitedly. And if you don't want to put it out to the world, just hit delete, right? Just hit delete. But the cool thing is you're going to think through thoughts. You're going to think and process through conversations and arguments. And you're going to have something very sound by the end of it going, oh man, I've never said it that way before. I love how he said that. I'm going to bring that to this thing that I am going to put out to the public. So if you want to find your voice more, if you want to make a greater impact, turn on the voice recorder app. The best way to find your voice is to start talking, and you can put it out to the world or delete it. Either way, this is going to you guys, and hopefully you guys got some value from it. But have an amazing rest of the week, guys and gals. Hit subscribe to the Carrot Cast, and share this episode with at least one person who needs to hear about the science of success and the art of fulfillment, and how they can march towards a better life and better business as well. You will gain fulfillment by sharing that with somebody, and they're going to be able to see the path to better fulfillment and success as well. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of the week.